Okay, this video is titled "Streaming is the New Digital Slavery." Let's go.
From streaming to entertain to dancing for the sake of others, how did streaming turn from something that was merely an innocent hobby to a multi-million-dollar industry that rewards its best clowns? That's what I want to talk.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I always thought about that, right? Streaming is low-key the hardest medium of social media to grow in. Because if you, let's say you're on Twitch, right? They're not gonna push you. You know that, right? The most push you'll get is if you get on the front page, or if you're on the recommended on the side, or if you're one of the top streamers in the category. Other than that, though, they don't push you. The best way to grow is to take all of your energy and spend it literally not streaming, bro. Like, one thing that I suck at that I need to work on, and I think I'm gonna start committing myself to doing, I'm going to start to take time to clip more. Literally. I don't know if it's just like, if you're a streamer, let me know. If anybody's a streamer here, type 1. Bro, I hate watching myself back. I hate it. Literally, I don't know how people do it, but I guess sometimes you gotta say F how you feel and just do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Talk about today. I want to speak on the various ways that streaming has turned into digital slavery. I want to talk about the chains that both men and women have willingly slid into for the sake of being number one.
Y'all think streaming is digital slavery? I think digital slavery, that word is a little bit extreme. I don't like the word slavery, but I would definitely say on some like indentured servant type vibes, like the way that this shit is going now, a little bit. Like, you kind of have to dedicate your entire life to this, like, literally.
Streamers have romanticized this idea of streaming to the point that the audience that is consuming the content doesn't understand the lengths streamers are going to entertain. But that's
bro, I'm not gonna lie. I started to notice that, and I noticed it yesterday. Bro, keep streaming, stay on live. Bro, if you fall asleep, just stay on live. We'll watch you. You want to watch me go to sleep? I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm a crazy sleeper. Zion, what's good? My ass tooted in the air, mouth open, and you want to watch that shit? Hell no. Bro, I'm sorry. I can't just watch. That shit is crazy to me. I can't just watch somebody sleep. I can't just watch somebody sleep, bro. I feel like the appeal of sleep streams was you're doing anything but fucking sleeping. Like, Kai's sleep streams go crazy. What's good, Midnight? Because everything about it is trying to keep him up. That's the point of a sleep stream. Just watching somebody sleep, especially if you're a woman. There's women that do sleep streams. I'm a dude and I feel uncomfortable by that. Imagine being a woman and you a crazy sleeper and your ass is up, or they see your feet or something. Oh my God. It's just crazy.
For later, I'm Yamblin, but you already know I'm the hood Socrates, and let's actually start. What inspired this video was a clip by
that's another digital slavery.
Quinn Blackwell that resonated with me a lot.
How do you feel about Twitch? I know you do it sometimes. Is it something that you want to do more?
Let me see how to make this nice. I think I have always said the biggest influencer will be somebody who gives their life to the internet. And that's what streaming is. And I respect it down. I think they are the Don Julios of internet creators. What
the fuck does that mean? The Don Julio? What the fuck is that? The Don Julio of streaming creators, bro? So what's the 1942 of social media, bro? What's the fucking Duce of... Nah, what's the buzzball of social media? I might be TikTok, gang.
Ever do it again?
Zion, subscribe
no,
to your
because
channel for 1 month.
It gives a sort of digital slavery vibe to me, and I don't want to be a slave.
I get what she means, though. Look, a lot of people took that like Max, right? And he thought it was a diss to streamers. I get what she was trying to say. She just worded it in the wrong way. She meant, like, when you're a streamer, right? You're giving up your entire life is going to be public. You know that, right? Like, people are going to know. They're going to feel like they know you. You have to be around people for an extended period of time. You basically have to dedicate your whole life to being on the internet. And she wants to be able to check in and check out when she pleases. Because she's not lying, bro. If you're, like, the people that can step away for, like, a month plus, they're the established streamers. They're the high tier. Blackboy Max, he could dip for a month and be cool. Speed, same thing. Kai, same thing. a lot of other streamers, they can't take a break, like a real break. They feel like, you know, they're like, oh my God, but what if I fall off? What if I lose my viewers? Dead ass. Like I told somebody before, I'm like, bro, I want to take a break. You remember when I was gone for 2 weeks? They're like, bro, I really wouldn't recommend that. Like, you're going to lose out on viewers and you're going to have to start from square one. Bro, if people will forget about me in 2 weeks, that means they never gave a fuck about me to begin with. And if I have to keep doing that, that means I'm doing things wrong. That means that just means I'll never be able to take a break. And the further that I get, the stakes will be higher. So what? The people who I respect, bro, like the best social media creators are the ones that aren't so caught up in it. You get what I mean? Like Soluminati, that's one of the fucking goats. He pops in and out as he please, and he still keeps his numbers. Why? Because people don't expect him to be around all the time. Same thing with Corey Kenshin. Have you noticed that? The people who have the most diehard communities, they're never always on. I feel like streaming itself is cool, but like where it's headed in terms of everybody, like everybody feels like they have to copy the Kai formula, bro, right? But the Kai formula is what worked for Kai. You trying to do that, you're just gonna be it's like trying to run a race against somebody who's sprinting and you're walking. You'll never be able to beat them. Do you know what I mean? It takes years to build those communities, but I agree, but years of constantly showing up. To build a community like Soluminati and Corey, yeah, but Soluminati been taking breaks for a long ass time, bro. Nizzy, you might be old as fuck at the big age of 27. Huh? I'm 27, but you finer than wine. I appreciate that, Cece. Even though I'm looking chopped right now, I really appreciate that. I'm walking right now, get that air. You could not stream for an entire year and I would still be here. That's fucking real. Shit, that's real, bro.
Wait.
That's crazy.
Wait.
I mean, that's a...
And I think this is just the perfect place to start, especially when you look at top streamers like Kai or Speed, and even DDG. His is a little unique.
Bro, Kai is on live every single day. Right now, Mafiathon, right as we speak, I can tab him up and watch him right now. Bro, you can see him take a shower. You can see him go to sleep. You can see him chilling. You can see him eating. You can see him working out. It's all being televised right now. Is that not crazy? She calling it digital slavery, but got her yiddies out on a podcast. Bro, Ed, you missed the point. She worded it wrong, gang. If you stop streaming for a day, I'm gone, Brodusky. That's crazy. That's actually
I'll get to
crazy.
him when I get there. But as for Speed and Kai, to an extent, their freedom is limited. Their content has reached a point where
I know what he's about to say. They got to a point where they became the character. Like when the camera's off, the Speed that you see online is not the same Speed. When the camera's off, the Kai that you see is not the same Kai. They are just their regular selves. When you're on stream, you have to kind of be you got to be a little more entertaining, a little more played up. I'm going to keep it a buck when the camera's off, bro. And I'm not doing, like, let's say the camera's off and I'm just in my room. I'm not saying a word. Dead ass. But when I'm on here, what am I doing? I'm chatting and I'm yapping and I'm talking. Most of the time, I'm quiet, bro. I get around people and they be like, yo, like, let's say let's say we in a group of 4 people right now. 3 people would be talking. I'll just be sitting there. Dead ass. Quiet as fuck. They'd be like, bro, are you good? I'm like, yeah. I'm a listener. I'm not really a talker. So aren't you screaming yo all day? I mean, yeah, but that's different. That doesn't even take long to do.
Needs to be bigger and bigger.
Chopped? Come on, bro. I'm chopped right now.
And it needs to top whatever they did last. Not only that, they've become jesters for the chat, being influenced by whatever their chat wants rather than their own will. I think the funniest show.
If the chat doesn't like somebody, bro, I think I said that in my video. Because I talked about this situation. Let me go to my page real quick. Hold on. Let me cook. Bro. All right, let me go here. Let me scroll down. See, even right now, people, why aren't you watching the Mafiathon, bro? Because it's 30 days. I can tap in whenever I want to tap in. Does that not? Right here. Yo! So if you haven't been paying attention, Blackboy Max was confused after Quenlin Blackwell was throwing shots at streamers, saying streaming is digital slavery. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Blackboy Max completely misunderstood what she was talking about. She said in order for you to be one of the top creators on the internet, you basically have to give your life to be that, and that's what streamers do. I don't know why Max took that as a diss. Yeah, there was times where she was sending shots to Max and Silky, talking about the whole tripod situation, right? But she's not lying. A lot of these streamers, what do? Subathons, marathons. In those extended streams, you see them sleep, you see them eat. They're on live 24/7. Even with Max, he did Project 365 where he was live every single day. And there were some days where you could see he was really worn down by that, not only physically, but emotionally and mentally, bro. Let's not sit here and act like a lot of these streamers don't live for the sake of their chats. If their chats tell them not to be around somebody, they do it. If their comm says something, then they do it. Max at one point in time was listening to his comm OD. Why are we acting like that's not a thing, bro? That wasn't even a shot. It's just that streaming audiences, the reason why streamers do so well is because it's so parasocial. She said that she wants to be able to still make content but have her own life. I don't think streaming is... See, I literally said that shit. I literally said what he was going to say, bro. And a lot of people were agreeing with what I said. I'm not going to lie. I feel like the word digital slavery is a little crazy, but when you're a streamer, you're basically living for the sake of the chat, bro. Like, have you ever did an IRL stream? And this is why I don't like IRL streams, by the way. You can't just chill. Hey guys, okay, hey bro, hey, you have to walk up, spam NPC interactions. Yo, how you doing today? Oh shit, my chat don't like you. All right, well, have a good one, bro. Okay, walk up to the next person. Yo, 6'7". Yo, 6'7". Oh yeah, And then you just keep jumping to the next person because it's all driven by dopamine, bro. And I see, bro, it's literally crazy. You're just like feeding these people short ass attention spans, bro.
Showcase of this was after Kai had left Jinxie hanging, his chat spammed L's, which instantly rewired his coding and made him want to go and play with Jinxie again.
Let's see. L Kai, what am I doing? Why does it say L Kai? No.
I mean, what human being would not react to seeing a bunch of L's in their chat, though? Keep it.
Tell Jinxie. Matter of fact, no. Okay, yeah. I'm going to Jinxie, bro. Tell Jinxie they had something planned.
No, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Kai, the fact that he went from AMP Summer into the Mafiathon is fucking W grind, right? Because he doesn't need to be doing all this. But two, I would love to see an IRL Clash Royale segment with Jinxie. That shit would hit.
IRL, but nigga, I'm about to do a one-on-one. Tell Jinxie I'll do the one-on-one with him. I'm not doing it. I didn't want to do the IRL shit. I ain't gonna lie. I told him not to do IRL. Tell Jinxie I didn't want to do I'm not doing the IRL shit, gang. I'm not. No. I don't have to chat. Listen, lad. No. Tell him come back.
You know what's crazy though? I feel like this situation was kind of misconstrued. Yeah, we on Purple Lab with it. I feel like this situation was kind of misconstrued because you got to understand, like, they do a lot of segments, so they had something already planned for after this moment. Do you know what I mean? It was just hard. Like, once you have like 6+ people like in a part of a fucking segment, it's literally hard to keep up with. Deadass. It's literally impossible. Because there's been times where I tried to get a segment of like 6 people myself. I tried to do an IRL Love Island. And everybody said they were with it. But I told people, I'm like, bro, everybody just go to the yard. Just go to the yard. These people, it's like their mind turns off. Like, they start thinking about different things. They start, yo, so what time are we going to eat? What are we going to do? Yo, boom, hey, just give me a second. And then, like, bro, that shit makes you want to shut down. Like, Jinxie, I feel like it was a good idea, but he's not really built to do, like, a segment with a bunch of people at a time, especially, like, AMP. During their game nights, all they do is just talk over each other. You know what I mean? So, I feel like if he would have just did the segment, maybe him and Kai, or him, Kai, and somebody else, it would have made a little more sense. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for real? JC ended for real? Oh, God. Bro.
And then here's the thing, right? You technically are putting Kai in a lose-lose situation, right? Because if he come back and he try to make shit right, oh, you only did that because of the L's, right? But if he ignore the fucking L's and continues with the IRL segment, yo, Kai fake as hell, bro. He literally just left Jinxie hanging and he went and did the IRL segment with the AMP boys and ignored the fucking chat. So how do you win in a situation like this? You fucking can't, bro. No matter what. And that's just because of the narratives of these pages. They paint Kai to be out the villain, paint him out to be the villain no matter what. It's like, I understand the whole L's thing, but at the end of the day, it's like, there was nothing he could do to even look good in that scenario, bro.
Exactly what I mean. At a certain level, you have to yield to the will of the masses, and it's scary.
Is this nigga serious?
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, yeah, Kai not gonna be doing this shit forever. This is the future that I see for Kai. I think he's probably just gonna keep doing the groundbreaking crazy shit. He probably won't even be streaming like that. Like, he'll probably stream like every once in a while, but it'll be crazy shit like the Mafiathon, like shit like that, right? And then he'll just be making like mainstream appearances, and he's just gonna be on some celebrity status shit.
Seeing Kai go from doing IRL content to walking right back to the screen, it looks something like this.
See, we weren't here that long.
But it's like Quinn said, it's digital slavery. You have to appease the masses. You
Yep, you do.
have to appease your audience, because that's what
By
being
the way, I'm not gonna lie, I love Quinlan Blackwell. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That is my LOML. You know what I mean? Like, I love this woman right here. I want to let her know that yes, love is a strong word, and I'm using it.
at the top is life. You deal with the stress of disappointing people. So what do you do to avoid
What the hell is that?
it? You listen and you remain obedient and you obey their commands. You have to become PR trained, and that's where the whole Coco Melon Sinat fake reactions and stylist allegations came from. When Kai reached the top, something flipped. Let's talk about that for a second. So like I said, being at the top means appealing to the masses. However, that is not exclusive to the top. Let me explain. Even as a smaller YouTuber, there is definitely a push and pull between making what I want and making what is gonna obviously go crazy.
Facts. I'm not gonna lie. Every content I think about this shit. Oh my god, this dude really my fucking twin. He really my fucking twin. I be thinking about this shit all the damn time. Yo, Tayso, what's good? Every content creator gets stuck in this battle of doing what they want to do, but also doing what does well for views, right? And if you lean into one too much, then it's going to lead into you crashing and burning, right? What's good, BHH? If you do a bunch of shit that, if you are only doing what you want to do, you're never really going to build an audience because you're not doing what the viewers want. Do you see what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to do what works in order to grow. So you'll probably always be small. But if you're always doing what people want, you're not really going to be happy. Eventually, you're going to burn out. Do you know what I mean? So boom. So you have to find the balance of that. Yo, what's good, Malik? Sad Raid, what are we talking about?
Being at the top is sort of like that, but instead of it being push and pull, they're pushing you to appeal to the broadest audience.
Yo, Bosmic, thank you. Nizzy, did I ever tell you you're my favorite streamer even though you're 27 years old? 5 years older than me, but still my big uncle. You the one twin? I rated W Mop Ray. You the one twin? Yo, Straw Kid, thank you.
It's imaginable, thus leading you down a path of people pleasing. But rather than you people pleasing in a one-on-one conversation, you're now expected to please millions. We be cooking Kai a lot for being an inauthentic, PR trained man who has various stylists for everything he does.
Like, can I just react to the music? Like, how y'all gonna tell me what I did? How y'all gonna tell? Oh my, that's so annoying, bro. Oh my god.
I think that's just what happens when you get to a certain point. Because Kai's at a point, right, where he kind of has the Mr. Beast effect going, right? People don't see Kai and Mr. Beast as people. They see them more as brands, right? And that's the thing. When you get to that level, bro, when you're the number one, you lose that relatability. So when Kai, he's trying to build connections, he's trying to get into shit, and people see that as inauthenticity, bro.
Yeah, they gonna think this is another fake.
He went from A Boogie to Ken Carson super fan. He never said he was a super fan. He said he was trying to get into the other shit.
Action. So annoying because I genuinely didn't know. Once I put something on my mother or my life.
But if I'm going to be fair to him, I have to acknowledge there are definitely pressures to make content that is going to do well or to act a certain way. So I'll give him a break. But that's why being at the top is slavery, because it goes from being an underlying pressure to nigga do it. Like But the nigga do it in the scenario is basically crazy chat full of parasocials, teenagers, and basement dwelling grown men who are willing to toss their last to donate or whatever. I want to take this time to mention Aiden Ross and his identity as a brand risk. And outside of Aiden being a horrible human, the idea of being a brand risk is the antithesis of the digital slavery we call being a top streamer. That's because you're saying fuck you to the PR, to the sponsorships, and releasing yourself from those shackles. And one of those shackles being high production content, which is kind of
yeah, but you also got to understand, right? There's a lot of things that Aiden didn't realize he signed up for being that guy, right? Aiden, by him being edgy and saying what's on his mind and speaking the truth or aligning himself with certain people, that forfeited him his certain friendships because some of those people chose to go the other way. You know what I mean? This video is tea though. I feel like I'm interested in certain topics because of the psychology of it. Nah, facts.
Heavy as a topic in and of itself, and it's good and bad, but let's just fucking get into it. So with high production content, not only is it a shackle that limits what streamers do, it is also something that's a product of the recent reality showification that streaming is undergoing, which I have a separate video on that.
Nah, you know what's, ooh, that video is gonna hit. I can't wait. I'm gonna yap my ass off for that one. But I'm gonna say this, you gotta understand, right? That, I feel like this is like a wave, right? And it's kind of like that with YouTube too. It used to be like that, where YouTube started off with, you know, videos of like stupid funny videos, cat videos, all that shit, right? Then it eventually became a thing where it got super high produced, and now it like reset. Now is one of the best times to be a YouTuber because people are looking for, there's never been a time where people have been going out of their way to look for new people. I have never heard recently, this is recent, I have never heard this, and I've been on YouTube for a long time. People are like, where are the YouTubers? Where are the YouTubers at? People are searching for people to connect with now. It's the best time to be a YouTuber. I know I just said the same thing like 3 times. I'm sorry. But yeah, but it's a wave. Because as big as the high production shit gets, eventually that's gonna burn out. And then people are gonna look for the real shit. And then eventually the real shit, there's gonna be people who blow up from that, and then they start doing the high production shit. And then the high production shit is fire, and then it resets. It's literally an infinite cycle, bro. It's like a Libra scale, you feel me? ISW, what's good, gang?
I'll be using points that I'm probably going to repeat in that video too. Let's start with the positives though. So with CoComelon Sanat's recent disappearance being time for him to prep for his anticipated Mafia-thon, it was clear he was going to come back bigger. He's one of the guys who's currently pushing streaming forward in terms of high production.
Yeah, he's the face. He's the face of it all.
For example, his Batman Marathon stream was crazy, and even I tuned in and had a little giggle at Reggie having a tism outburst.
Thing off the weapon wheel, nigga. What the?
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this was the moment that really locked in Reggie into Clover.
I was practicing. I thought I had it in me. I ain't got it in me.
And Kai driving around his large ass property streaming to 160,000 people with a drone camera is insane, and that's revolutionary for streaming. And I'd be lying if I said this wasn't extremely cool. This is the new era. This is the evolution of content, and that's not an inherently bad thing. It only opens up new windows. You had niggas go from streaming Fortnite to high production content at the tip of our fingers.
Yeah, this shit was literally all about streaming games, reacting to videos, and connecting with your chat. And now you got Speed going to, bro, Speed is busting wheelies with fucking Meek Mill in Philly right as we fucking speak, gang. Kai is in a like multi-million-dollar house that has a fucking huge ass guest house in it, bro. And Mariah Carey is going to be pulling up at the day that I'm recording this video. I swear to God. Bro, Speed, bro, like these like top level streamers are literally celebrities. That's the crazy part, bro. I got you.
That's the future. And even Doodoo Garbage himself was locking in on his production. This nigga had like 3-dimensional poly.
Yeah, people were fucking hating on this though. I don't think he's ever gonna do some shit like this again.
Polygonal effects and shit on screen. Granted, it was used for a Gooner show though, and if y'all want a video on DDG and the game show of Doom, please comment, because I was peeping a little drama and I had a few things I could add. But my point is that the high quality production is cool, but it's not everything. Because why was Speed tweaking over his stream lagging? And I mean, he was just getting straight out of body.
Because imagine you spent like probably like $1 million on a production team and you're having a bunch of technical difficulties. Literally. The comp is definitely crazy for top streamers. Yeah, but you got to understand, right? There is no competition. You're only in competition with somebody when you're playing by the same rules by them, right? I think I reposted a TikTok recently. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it, bro. This shit was literally tough. I'm not signed in on my page. But yeah, that's, if you're not like, if you play by the same rules, like, you're going to be in competition, bro. Guy's name. What's this guy's name, bro? Oh, found it. All right, let me show you. This dude said some of the realest shit. I had to repost it, bro. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go.
The only way you escape competition is through authenticity, because no one can outdo you.
Yeah, that's right. What he just said.
What the is it lagging? Well, I'm in
Yo, that shit got me for a sec. I'm not gonna lie. I looked away to read the chat, and that shit got me.
Brady, why is it lagging?
And that was a big moment too. Tom Brady, like, you went to Tom Brady's house. Day one. They probably planned out that entire opening. Got everything situated. Like, you can even see it in the
Why is nobody saying? I'm talking to Tom Brady for 10 minutes about his Super Bowl trophies, and ain't nobody saying shit. Production! Come on! This is the moment! What is going on?
And before niggas say it, I'm not dismissing how he feels. And if he paid top notch, his production team better lock in.
Even Kai was feeling some type of way on the first day too. He was having a little bit of production problems.
Agree, but dog, is it that serious though?
Tom Brady. Gang, you're linking with Tom Brady starting a 35-day marathon where you're touring the United States. You know how many people will click off and not give a fuck? If you're having all these technical difficulties and be like, yeah, I don't think I can watch this. Let's be real.
That serious? Is this what streaming has come to? It's so optimized to the point niggas are crashing out at their production team. Yeah, when I hear niggas say teams, my ears start jumping. I thought this was singles, but I loaded in solo squads. But not just that.
Oh yeah. They got full. No, it's not. It's not just a team. It's an organization, gang. You're going up against a franchise. You're going up against a franchise, bro.
These case, production is not the only problem. That's the shackles part. This nigga has to have the highest everything. He's not allowed to have default stats no more. He has to min-max because that's what his audience wants, and that's what he has to give. That's what's expected.
What the fuck is min-max? Can someone translate?
Out of him. He's shackled to the pressure of exceeding his previous achievements. And
yeah. When you do that high production shit, it's literally, you're not just, especially nowadays, you're not just in competition with yourself. Everything that you do is compared to somebody else. Because you're doing crazy shit. I seen a video today. Somebody made a video. Is there something wrong with America? Because people don't really care about IShowSpeed's tour. Blah, 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 blah. But like, literally, he got mad love in the DMV. And he got mad love in Philly. And he linked with a lot of notable people. But that just goes to show you everything is being compared. Speed's tour is not only being compared to his previous tours, like the one in China, but he's being compared to Kai and a bunch of other people, bro. That's what happens when you do all this crazy shit.
Hyper optimized content is just getting to be far removed from what content creation originally was, which was just broadcasting yourself for real. But if you've noticed,
but that's because of the monetization though. Like, if you notice, all the YouTubers back in the day that were like really, really up is because they cared about that shit. They loved that shit. They weren't really getting money. Then once the money started coming in and the advertisers started to have a say about what the platform could and couldn't do, and then that's what started to shift things. Like, look at RDC World, for example, right? RDC has a skit for everything. They're not making crazy money on that, right? But guess what? They started to adapt their content around what was profitable, which is start to make longer videos, to start to do this, start to stream, start to do that. And mind you, RDC is good at all of that. They're all entertaining, bro. They're like the ideal friend group. But they had to adapt to what the climate was, not what they wanted to necessarily do or how they came up. You feel me? Adapt was good, gang.
By now, it's nuanced, like many things. But that's still crazy, because I'm not crashing out about that, and that's facts. But do you remember when Jacksepticeye talked about Mr. Beast ruining you?
Oh, he fucking hates Mr. Beast. Hold on. Nah, Jacksepticeye was talking that fucking shit. He said he is Bro, I'm just gonna let him talk.
About that, and that's facts. But do you remember when Jacksepticeye talked about Mr. Beast ruining YouTube?
Now, Jack, a completely unrelated question. Do you like Mr. Beast?
No.
Jack, do you think Mr. Beast ruined YouTube?
Yes.
And he stood on that shit, all 10 toes.
Now, in all honesty, Jack, why?
Because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having fun.
You just don't think you had fun playing Squid Games? You don't think you had fun riding on yachts? Building wells in Africa?
Because he was right. He was right. It wasn't because of well, here's where Mr. Beast fucked up the game, right? I'm gonna tell you the exact moment. The exact moment when Mr. Beast fucked up the game was when he started going on podcasts and he started telling everybody his methodology and telling everybody all of the game that you should do to be like him. So then everybody just started copying what he did. All the originality, all the creativity died. And it wasn't about actually entertaining the audience. It was about optimizing for the algorithm. That's literally what happened. People were copying him before that, but literally it was called the Mr. Beastification of YouTube. That was the moment, bro. Literally, they started just copying his strat outright.
I don't know.
If he had fun doing those videos, they'd be longer.
Do you see where I'm going with this? I'm saying that high production content is optimizing streaming to a similar extent to Mr. Beast's YouTube slot optimization.
I feel like that's why streaming became big, though. Was because that shit became too corporate. And then everybody was streaming and they were themselves and they were having fun. And now the shit is starting to become corporate. And then the next big thing is going to come up eventually, bro. Even Ron said, he's like, yo, we burning this shit out. It's going to be something else that people do. Watch. Just like podcasting. You remember when podcasting was lit and then everybody started coming on here and they just started talking about if there was a female pilot or a male pilot, which one would you have? Motherfucker, just give me a fucking competent pilot. What are we talking about? Or yeah, all the fucking 20v1s and all that shit. Come on, bro.
Which is only sending content towards this money-driven, clout-driven future. But instead of it being niggas easily hopping on trends, it's turning into corporate slop. And your favorite streamers are gonna be slaves to the material wealth and internet fame, and we'll move to the will of the machine. Fuck. Let's just talk about lust again. But what I really mean is content. This one affects both men and women. Let's talk about men first because these niggas be annoying. Here he go again. You think I'm tripping? Okay, watch this.
Oh yeah, I see this. Say in the chat, shake that ass.
And y'all want to know what's
You know her nickname, right? Her nickname is Bubbles. You know why? Because she said she'll put bubbles on that dick.
crazier? People told me I was tripping for having DDG as my thumbnail, or that DDG don't even be doing girl content for real, and that I don't watch him. Bro, it's the game show of doom, lust, and despair for a reason. This type of content is genuinely corrupt because
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Saying DDG doesn't do girl content is like saying fucking Steph Curry doesn't shoot threes. Dead ass. That is one of the greatest like girl content creators of all time. Like he did the method before it was even before he was even given a name. He was doing that shit on YouTube for a long ass time.
is Ninchain. It has the streaming community
Yo, you
bind
finna meet IShowSpeed? Yo, you think I should?
it so tightly. And why? Niggas scroll their timeline and they find a shorty throwing it back, but it's on a stream? And I won't keep harping on how it's weird for kids because that's obvious, but let's just talk about how everything is becoming. I'm not saying people can't enjoy explicit content or get or whatever, you feel me? I'm a nigga, I mess with it, but nobody got class though. Nobody classy with it anymore. It just feels like it's an easy content trap that's obviously getting milked, and it's also content that's just being served with no substance. But get this, I think it isn't just how the content is, but it's the manner in which women are shorty twerking on the table, not realizing she is being viewed as a piece of meat. And
Oh no, she knows that. She don't give a fuck. She don't give a fuck. That's the difference. What, bro, this is one thing that I don't like. Can we stop acting like women are like fucking stupid? Can we stop acting like they don't understand shit and they're not like competent? Oh, she's on her shaking ass. She don't even realize that she's being... No, she knows, gang. She's very aware of it. The reason why she's shaking that ass is because she wants those followers and she wants to convert that into bread. They know that 100%. Bro, do you know that there's girl streamers, right? Who act like they're not in relationships. Whole time they got a boyfriend. Why? Because their chat is not going to fuck with them the same if they know that they're not single. Dead ass. You know that, right? And whole time it'd be the cameraman, or it'd be a moderator, or it'd be a clip account. And that's their boyfriend. And you would never know. And they try so hard to hide that shit. Because they want to be viewed as single, so these viewers will stay in the chat and feel like they have a chance. And FYI, if you're one of those guys that feel like you could raise up a streamer, like, you're fucking dumb. They're aware of that and they're finessing your dumb ass.
Personally, I'm not trying to view content that is serving me women on a plate like their food, but I can always harp on the niggas, but women be feeding into this type of content just like the men. Maybe not as much, but they're definitely to blame as well. Even
Bro. Come on, I'm gonna listen to him.
on DDG's show, India Love had to tell shorties
You writing a lot of shit off for the girls. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
themselves.
Want to see more of on the show though, instead of all this rah rah the dream big that's going on. I wanted to see ladies being more attentive towards him. Like, y'all know he loves cheeses. Where the f is cheeses at?
And when
I'm
you
not gonna lie though, that comes from experience. That comes from experience. That comes from being in that position and realizing that sexualizing yourself is not gonna get you anything. Like once you fuck and once you bust a nut, like then you're gonna be like, what else? Like literally, when I come to my senses. And then you lay in the bed and you look next to you and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I just fucked this girl. Boo, 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 boo. You start regretting that shit. Cause why? All she was an impulse, lust. Kai, was good. You know what I mean? So yeah, you especially if you want to be a streamer and you want people to actually watch you for an extended period of time, looking good is going to get you viewers, but having a community comes from a personality. Let's be real.
You got India Love telling you to chill out on the you're doing
That shit was
something
crazy.
insanely wrong.
Shout out India. She actually hella cool though. Real talk. She hella cool.
But before I continue, I gotta say shout out to my nigga Omar because he inspired this section specifically. He made a wonderful video about the current state of female streaming, and obviously it's in the gutters, so let me talk about it for a little bit. Back to India Love, she was right, I'm not gonna lie, but she herself is shackled to the lust.
You know what my motto is? There's a bitch that turns 18 every day, okay? So you need to be on
Oh,
your
and she stood on that shit.
because it turns 18 every day, and I'm not finna be the bitch that used to be the cool. No, I'm gonna always be the cool forever and ever and ever, and y'all gonna know me as the original.
We live in bad bitch culture, bro. Every girl, bro, this is what happens when you fight to be the bad bitch forever. I'm sorry to break it to you, bro. Like, you're never gonna always be like it's gonna come a point in time where even if you look good, you're never gonna always be the baddest bitch. I'm gonna keep it a buck. This is like on some like you trying so hard to just stay in the limelight and be that bad bitch forever. It's cool, bro. It's cool to like gracefully back out the game. I'm not gonna lie. Trying to be like the bad, like, well, I don't know. I might be wrong because like some of these baddies, they going into their 40s with it, but feeling like you in competition with these younger girls is like, yeah.
Cool LA. That's just what it is.
You see how because she wants to remain number one, she wants to be at the top.
She worded that way better than I did. I'm not gonna lie.
Has to absolutely embarrass herself because what do you mean at almost 30 years old, India Love is competing with teenagers? Do you understand what I mean? Streaming,
I mean the it girl. Like she wants to be that it girl forever.
Is digital slavery because streamers are bound
That's
to.
not streaming though. That's like Instagram. That's like life in general. Like still getting attention from the ballers and the shot callers. You know what I mean? Like, that's literally a life thing. That's not even a streaming thing. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Certain actions and behaviors that help them remain on the top.
Yo, this is actually crazy. He didn't even get in. Well, he mentioned it. The jester shit. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Doing like embarrassing yourself. That's another thing, bro. Oh my God. Embarrassing yourself for views. Humiliating yourself. Oh my God. Literally, that is the worst shit ever. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you try to come up by humiliating yourself, people are gonna be laughing at you. They're not gonna be laughing with you. And if you look at a lot of these streamers, you can go back and find a lot of humiliating clips, bro. Even I got some humiliating clips because I felt like I had to do that to get on. When in reality, that's not good. That's actually not the wave, bro. Humiliating yourself or humiliating somebody else, that's even worse. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's always how this shit goes. You say something out of pocket to somebody, you make fun of them, you call out their insecurities or whatever for a clip. That shit lame. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That is the lamest shit ever.
These things will influence how they navigate and express themselves publicly. And when it comes to women, this circle of content and the objectification of themselves is coming from the pressure of that chain. Excel, so why not keep doing it? Why not take the shortcut and blow up? I made a video on a shorty named Samaya, and her issue was that people considered her the community ball, but that's because she kept being in these lustful atmospheres. But why? Because she's shackled to that content. That's what goes up, so that's what she feels compelled to do.
That's really just due to the fact that streaming is a male-dominated industry. A lot of the viewership is men. Like, a lot of the people that are probably in her chat are guys. You know what I mean? So they're seeing it like, oh, she just talking to all these guys, so she a fucking community ball. She just collaborating. You know what I mean? I feel like she didn't do no wrong by collaborating with a bunch of people, but I'm not gonna lie, like having guys like feel like they could rizz you up and then you might play into it, but she just being nice. Cause she's a nice girl. I'm not gonna lie. This is a very, very social girl. I'm gonna keep it a buck. She's very nice. I'm not gonna lie. She's very cool. People will take that and twist that into like you, bro. Just on the internet, if a man sits next to a woman or they have some type of communication, they're gonna think that you're trying to rizz or that you're getting rizzed. Dead ass. So you have to nip that shit in the butt off rip. Hey, we friends. You gotta crush that shit immediately. Crush those hopes and dreams and blow that shit into dust. Dead ass. Cause it be sometimes where I'll talk to a girl and people in this chat specifically would be like, oh, Niz is rizzing. Yo, I see you, brother. And I'm like, yo, this is a friend. Like I'm not trying to rizz. Literally.
So everyone I've discussed,
if you're a girl, it's like you collaborating with a bunch of guys is kind of like a bad thing. Which is crazy.
Today, in one way or another, is probably doing something because they feel compelled or they feel controlled by the pressure to perform for others or for
you can see that clip of Speed. Oh my god.
Numbers or for success. A prison built on their own expectations. But it's like Quinn said, you got to give your life to it, and I'm good.
Nah, that's real. That's actually real. I'm not gonna lie, for that 13 minutes of yap, he fucking cooked. Like he cooked that shit, bro.